Famous celebrities who passed away in 2010. Leslie Nielsen. He was born in 1926 and he died in 2010. The reason of his death was pneumonia. By the time of his death, his age was 84 and he was a famous actor. Tony Curtis. He was born in 1925 and he died in 2010. The reason of his death was cardiac arrest. By the time of his death, his age was 85. He was a famous actor. Patricia Neal. She was born in 1926 and she died in 2010. The reason of her death was lung cancer. By the time of her death, her age was 84. She was a famous actress. J.D. Salinger. He was born in 1919 and he died in 2010. By the time of his death, his age was 91 and he died of natural causes. He was a famous author. Dennis Hopper. He was born in 1920 and he died in 2010. The reason of his death was prostate cancer. By the time of his death, his age was 74. He was a famous actor and director. Lena Horne. She was born in 1917 and she died in 2010. The reason of her death was congestive heart failure. By the time of her death, she was 92. She was a famous singer and actress. Dixie Carter. She was born in 1939 and she died in 2010. The reason of her death was endometrial cancer. By the time of her death, her age was 70 and she was a famous actress. Peter Graves. He was born in 1926 and he died in 2010. The reason of his death was heart attack. By the time of his death, his age was 83. He was a famous actor. Rue McClanahan. She was born in 1934 and she died in 2010. The reason of her death was stroke. By the time of her death, her age was 76. She was a famous actress. Blake Edwards. He was born in 1922 and he died in 2010. By the time of his death, his age was 88 and he died of pneumonia. He was a famous director and writer. Lynn Redgrave. She was born in 1943 and she died in 2010. The reason of her death was breast cancer. By the time of her death, her age was 67. She was a famous actress. John Forsythe. He was born in 1918 and he died in 2010. By the time of his death, his age was 92 and he died because of complications in pneumonia. He was a famous actor. Gary Coleman. He was born in 1968 and he died in 2010. The reason of his death was epidural hematoma. By the time of his death, his age was 42. He was a famous actor. Thanks for watching my channel. Don't forget to subscribe.